this is Russ. Let me tell you, if you're going to buy an e-bike, you need to realize that some of the bikes out there are rather large, okay? This video is actually inspired by a comment by one of our viewers. You know who you are. And he had just recently gotten a himiway cruiser, okay? Now, the himiway cruiser is very similar in size to my radrover 5, all right? And he made a comment that he said that he couldn't believe how big the bike was. Okay, he is not the only one who has ever said that. I said that when I got the bike too, all right? These things are large. You have to realize they're a lot bigger than you might think when you see it on the website. When you look at it on the website, they don't look that big, okay? They look like just like any other bike until you physically put it together and you look at it and you go, wow, these things are big, okay? A lot of the people who see my bike, and I get comments as I'm riding past, a lot of them will say, that's a huge bike, all right? Yeah, they kind of look like a small motorcycle. I'm not kidding. I've had people say that this thing actually looks like a small motorcycle. Yeah, well, it's got big 4-inch wide tires. They're 26 inches. The bike frame is really big and heavy, right? So I think they're bigger than what most of us actually anticipate when we get them. Let me show you a picture here when I got my bike before I put it together. All right, it comes in this big box, and in the box, of course, the bike is kind of knocked down. They usually don't have the front tire on there, and the handlebar is not there. So you have to put the front tire on. You got to put the handlebar on. You got to put the seat post in there. You got to put the seat on the seat post. What else did I have to do? You have to put the display screen on there. You know, there's some odds and end things you have to put together, right? And make sure your brakes are all lined up, all that kind of stuff. Make sure everything's right. So how long did it take me to put together? Well, I think if I didn't have the bad knee, if I didn't have the knee replacement, I could have probably done it in about an hour, I think. Took me 2.5 hours. Something like that. 2 hours, 15 minutes, 2.5 hours, something like that. And by the time it was all put together, it just got started and started to drizzle a little bit. But of course, I wanted to ride the bike. I wanted to at least ride it once around the block. So I rode it around that block twice, okay? And I said, you know, I just can't wait until, you know, because if I waited till the next day, it'd probably still be raining. So I said, if I don't go out right now, I'm not going to be able to even try it. So I went out, all right? Let me tell you another thing. Okay, when you go out on that bike the first time, be careful, all right? If you're not used to these bikes, if you haven't had an e-bike before, when that pedal assist kicks in the first time, you like, whoa, because it really helps move you along the minute you start pedaling. Depending on what your assist level is set for, it could go really quick. So my suggestion is put it on pedal assist level 1 or 2 to start until you're used to it, okay? Don't even touch the throttle, all right? If you have a throttle, don't do that until after you're used to the bike a little bit, and then throttle slowly. Now, a lot of times people think, oh, what's this button doing? They push it down too hard, then they take off, okay? Some of these bikes really move quick when you hit that throttle, so be very careful with it. You don't want to get tossed off the bike. So anyways, let me get back to this whole size business here, okay? When we look at the bikes and we try to make a decision, there's no way to know. Many of these bikes are ordered online. You can't really tell how big they are. And like I said in my previous video, I said, you know, one of the ways that you can save money is to buy a used bike, because there's a lot of people who buy these bikes, they think they're too big, and then they sell them off. Okay, that's your best time to get a deal because they've already put it together for you. It's all assembled. They usually discount it to move it. You might save a couple $100 buying it. Of course, you lose your warranty, like I said before. So, but you know, you don't have to even build it. Now, here's the one thing good about building your bike yourself. You get to know the bike, all right? So I think the only thing you really need to do is really put that front wheel on there and make some alignment things, and then, you know, the handlebars and all that. You get to know the bike. One thing that I really liked was the fact that, you know, I did have to change the tires. I had to rotate the tires. I actually changed out the inner tube because I blew out the inner tube. I told you guys that, right? I had the bike less than a day or two and blew out the first inner tube. That wasn't because I was riding it. I actually put slime inside the inner tube. Yeah. And so after I put the slime in there, I pumped up the tire. But That's when I realized never pump up your tire with the bike sitting on the tire. Okay, I mean, in other words, flip your bike over. Make sure the tires are not sitting on the ground, and then pump up the tire. All right. And the reason this happened was because it had a pinch flat, essentially because of the weight of the bike sitting on the ground with the inner tube down. After I put the slime in there and then I pumped it up, it had a pinch flap. That thing blew up. I mean, it literally popped. It sounded like a firecracker going off. So yeah, I put slime in there to prevent a flat, and I created a flat. Yeah, be careful with that. If you put stuff like slime or flat out or any of that kind of stuff, don't put it in there when the bike is sitting on the ground, on the wheels, okay? Flip the bike over, get the wheels off the ground. Put it in there, spin it around, okay? Make sure there's no pinch flats. Make sure everything feels good. Then slowly pump it up a little bit more. And then what I do is I just kind of squeeze the tire as it goes around, make sure everything is distributed well, and then I spin it a little bit. I make sure everything looks like it's even, then pump up the tire. All right. These little things you learn when you're working with the bike. And here's another thing. Get to know the bike so that in case you ever get a flat tire that you can change your own flat. Okay? Because you don't want to be stuck somewhere and you can't change a flat tire. Learn to change the flat. All right? And if you don't know how to do that, look on YouTube. There's a bunch of videos about how to do a flat tire. Okay. Now, doing the front tire is not so hard because a lot of us have quick release levers on there, so you can take the tire off real easy. But doing the back tire is another story. Okay. You need to get a wrench. I don't know what the sizes of all of the bikes are, but I know at least for the radrover, you need a 18 millimeter wrench. They don't give you that. All right. So you're gonna need to go out and buy that, so you can take that tire off. And then go to someplace like Home Depot or Menards. I went to Menards. I think that wrench cost me like $3, something like that. And I keep that with me at all times. You need something to remove that rear tire, all right? And if you don't have the wrench with you, you can't take it off, and then you're stuck, okay? Now, here's another thing that I want to tell you. If you rely on someone else to pick you up because you have a flat or something, you might not be in a position where they can actually get to you. Let's say you were riding on a trail and you were riding maybe 2 or 3 miles in, then you get a flat, okay? So you make a phone call and say, hey, I got a flat, can you pick me up? How's that car going to go down that bike trail to get to you? They can't. They're not allowed on the trail. So what are you going to do? You're going to push that bike for 3 miles back to the front of the roads, then they can pick you up. That's possible if you want to do it, like that and push the bike for 3 miles. Or you learn how to fix the flat. My suggestion is learn how to fix the flat. Okay, carry enough things with you. Carry the repair tools and a spare inner tube. Carry a inner tube patch kit. Make sure you have a bike tire pump or a compressor. Compressor be better, okay? All the stuff that I have, I put inside the description of the videos, of the bike videos. So you can always see the things that I have. They're all Amazon affiliate links. If you buy something, I get a few pennies from your purchase. Helps me out if you do that. And by the way, a number of you guys have done that. I do appreciate it, all right? Doesn't add up to a lot, quite frankly. I mean, I think after all of these videos we've done now for the last, coming up to, I don't know, well, by the time April happens, it'll be about a year we've been doing e-bike videos. I think my Amazon affiliate link stuff came up to maybe $60. It's not a lot, okay? And a lot of you guys order stuff. So we're really talking $1 here, 70-something cents there, We don't make a lot on these affiliate links, but every little penny that I get, I throw back in. Yeah, so I'll end up buying another bike accessory or something to help make the videos. So yeah, I appreciate that. So anyways, yeah, carry that stuff with you. Get a pannier, get a rear rack for your bike so you can put the pannier on there, and then carry your stuff with you. Yeah, that's kind of a necessity, I think. It's not even an option, really. You got to have some repair tools with you, okay? So that's all I really wanted to say, is that be aware that some of these bikes are kind of large and that you might have to do some repair stuff while you're out there. And when you're putting it together yourself, you get to know the bike better. Now, I know that not everyone can do the installations themselves. They need other people to help them do it. That's fine. But learn your bike a little bit, because I think that really makes a big difference. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys next time.